Hey everybody, welcome back to Steve's Garage. Today we have the Springfield Model A Club coming over for a visit to the shop. So hang on. Yes. Sorry, you're a little early. I didn't have the lights on.
I got here.
How is it? Good? Running good?
Yeah, it seemed to run okay.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
You guys can just pull in anywhere you want. Anywhere you want. I've got my camera going here. Helen, how are you? One of the founders of the Springfield Model A Club right here.
Yep.
Go ahead, anywhere you want.
Fan belt that's really, you know what, he might want to leave early. So can we put him up here?
Whatever he wants to do.
Where is it?
Anywhere you want. You can pull up here, you park there, doesn't matter.
Right here?
Yeah, right there is fine.
Great.
Well, we got good weather finally, right?
No rain.
No rain, oh my goodness.
This is Steve, my best friend who drove the car.
How are you?
This is Phyllis.
Phyllis?
Bill
Bill?
used to go to all the parades.
Okay.
Dick and Harry's called Bill.
How are you?
He went to all of Shriners parades with Warren in that car.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah,
great.
they always went together.
That's great. How long have you had the Caprice?
We bought it new in
You bought it
1975.
brand new in 75.
Up in
Oh
Maine.
my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Warren, we were on vacation and Warren saw it in this dealership. And we had a 1970, I believe. And they said, you know, I think we need a new car. And so he went in and we bought it.
Oh, that's a riot. Too funny. Too
Yeah.
funny. Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm Steve.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I've got the camera going for my YouTube channel. Biff, Steve Andwood. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Walter.
Tom, Steve Andwood.
I'm Mrs. Biff.
Mrs. Biff. It's nice to meet you.
Hi,
Michelle.
pleasure.
I'm Mo.
Mo, pleasure to meet you. Got the whole crew. Is this like the whole membership, or is there still more? There's a lot more.
We're not here today.
I get it, right?
These are your car. Wow, these are nice.
Yeah, these three are mine. And I'm building another one in the shop.
You built that?
I built it from scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
This one too?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
A Viking. I've heard of a Viking.
No, this is, I just called the Viking because our family, we have Norwegian heritage, so
Oh, really?
it's in honor of the Vikings.
What is 4-cylinder in there?
Yeah, it's a 29 Ford.
29 Ford, right?
Yeah, and then of course I took the whole rear end off, and it was a basket case. Everything I buy kind of is a basket case, and then I work
Is that
from
what
there.
you do for a living?
No, I was a builder for years. I'm retired now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a builder and cabinet maker, and I started
Cabinet maker.
doing steel when I retired.
You made your fortune building a cabinet, huh?
There you go. Yeah.
Very good, yeah. That's a beauty there.
Thanks a lot. Look at the tail end of it.
Yeah.
I've got to introduce you. Gather around, wait until the rest of the people come, okay? Because they need to know what a great person you are.
Okay.
And,
There's one.
and he's also Warren's, what, second cousin?
Second cousin. He was my
Second
father's
cousin.
cousin. Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not going to introduce all the names because I won't remember them when you put me on the spot.
Okay.
So when the rest of them come, we can kind of get an idea of what we're doing. Do you know what we're doing?
Not even a clue.
Steve, come in here. No, you come in here.
Huh?
I just said there's always a great woman behind a great man.
There really is. Believe me.
Okay, this is Steve Andwood and his wife, Chris.
Nice to meet everyone.
You're not going to make me do this, right? This is the Model A Club and friends. How's that?
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice to meet everyone.
Very nice.
Yeah. And Steve actually was a contractor.
I was a builder for 38 years, my own company.
My kitchen over with all the granite pounders and all the stuff.
And this shop was a cabinet shop, and I built custom cabinetry here forever. And then when I retired, I got into cars. Well, I was into cars long before I retired, but I started to build cars after I retired. And these are a few of the cars that I've built from scratch in the shop here. And I do all the metal work, all the painting, all the electrical. There's only one set of hands on these cars, and that's mine. So
isn't that amazing? Wow. So, you know, all the time I've been raving about this car, right? This is it. Let's just stop and get a chance to go around and look at that, and then we'll do something else. Gorgeous.
You do know Tom Perry, right?
who's that?
Tom Perry in Belchertown?
I don't know him, no. No.
I've got to introduce you.
Yeah.
You've got the same thing in Belchertown.
Oh, yeah?
I
Interesting.
noticed your motorcycles.
Interesting.
Are you going to sort of describe what each one of these things?
I am just kind of seeing how we're going to. So this car here was a 29 Model A Ford, and the only thing that's original on this car is the cowl. Of course, this is brand new. I built the fenders, I built the running boards, I built the Duvel style windshield. I did all the woodwork inside, of course, all the electrical, and did all the steel to make this in the rear section. And I actually, each one of these cars that I build, I make a book on. So each car has a book on the build, which tells you, basically takes you through the whole build from start to finish. So when people say, you know, and I say I built it, you know, they're like, oh, okay, you know, I get asked, was it a kit? I'm like, no, it wasn't a kit. So this shows, you know, handmade in the shop from start to finish. And of course, you're welcome to look through the books. What's that? You can touch the book. Yeah, you're welcome to look through it. Take pictures, do anything you want. Place is yours.
Remember,
Pay the mortgage if you want.
Only took you 2 years to finish?
Less than 2 years, yeah. So here's a little storyboard, which kind of, when I bring to the shows, which shows a little in the shop, you know.
And everything was done right here?
Right here in the shop, yes, correct, yeah. So this one over here is a 28 Model A, and that came out of a barn, looked nothing like that, you know. So I did, again, built the whole rear end, and it's all handmade. The only thing original on that is the cowl and the doors, and then everything else I built on that car also.
Why 35 over?
You have the equipment to build these? Or you have
What's that?
Do you have the equipment to build these? Or do you have
I built these myself with my hands, and I did all the paint, all the electrical, everything. No one else touched these cars but me. In the shop. We'll show you after. But this was modeled after a Duesenberg.
Oh, okay.
A Duesenberg has a 142-inch wheelbase. This has a 126-inch wheelbase. I couldn't make it any longer. But the original, all the Model A's have like 112 and 3/4-inch wheelbase.
Why you decide to leave the side open? There's no...
I wanted that to kind of resemble, again, the Duesenberg look. And I made this hood, you know, because the Model A has the folding hood. And these are just belts off Amazon. And I wanted to expose the motor to let the heat out and just give it the style that I was looking for, you know.
we have to mention the Viking. Yeah.
Well, the Viking, obviously, from our heritage, from Norway, correct? Christensen, and our name was on board when we came from Norway, and they changed it to Andwood when we got to New York.
Did you take any of these cars to the Wilbraham race?
I brought them to the. I didn't race it, but I brought them to the show. Yeah, yeah. No, that one's been to the show, and this one's been to the show. Yeah.
You also build a motorcycle?
Yeah, I did build a motorcycle.
I was at the race last year. You have these lights?
This was here. This was there last year. Yeah, it was there.
What's the rack off of?
The what?
The rack and pinion?
That is off I forget. I think it was a 66. It was a 66, but I forget the car. It was like a Renault or something crazy. It had to be this forward rack and pinion and rear, and I needed rear. Yeah. So this came off like a 66.
Yeah, all the Mustangs went now they're forward.
Yeah, the Mustangs were forward. But I didn't want it to show in front, you know. So I had to hand build all that.
17th, is it? Yes. On the 17th, the club is going to be sponsoring the car show at the Elks Club.
No, the Moose Club.
A Moose Club.
Over in
Chicopee.
Chicopee. Yeah.
Yep, it's Model A night.
All right, I'll write it down.
Oh, the 17th of June?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's new. Okay.
Yeah, we just got a confirmation.
Could
from
you
him.
bring this? Would you bring this to a car show, or would you not?
Probably
dare?
not that far out. No,
Yeah.
no. It's a delicate car.
Yeah.
And I keep it close to home just because,
Yeah.
And
definitely.
and that's
yeah.
so.
This is really neat.
Thank you. Yeah, so I did one for the other two are in the house. Yeah.
Take a lesson. I do a lot of
Yeah.
July
crafts and things,
17th. Was I
but
saying
I think I
June?
need to do something.
Yeah,
like
you
that. That's
said
such a
June.
Oh, I'm
great
That's
sorry.
Shutterfly.
It's July 17th.
July.
You go have the Shutterfly app
When
and
you said
do all that.
you know all the work that went into it, but people who don't know,
Exactly.
it's the same when Teresa over there makes a quilt or whatever.
So-
people don't realize.
Right.
So I think this is a lovely idea.
Oh,
thank you for
How
that.
did you come
And
up
thank
with
you
the
for this
design for the
beautiful.
skull on the? That is cool.
That's hiding all my warpage in the roof because this is the car I learned on. And this car I made with all 16 gauge steel because I didn't know that guys were using 18 and 20 gauge and sometimes 22 gauge. So this whole car is made with 16 gauge. So I beat the heck out of it and I was sore for months and months building this thing. But and then I was learning to weld on this. So everything kind of like beat into place and more rat rod look. And then the skull I made to hide all that. But it kind of goes with the theme of the car. It's just like a Munsters theme,
Yep.
So.
What I just got to ask, what do you
That's 39, 59 AB.
what do you use for welding? What did
I
you
use
get?
TIG and MIG.
Take and make.
Yeah, and it's a Eastco or Eastwood unit. It's in there. I'll show you guys.
220,
All that.
110,
It's 220.
220.
Yeah.
I've thought about doing it. Have you ever watch YouTube channels at all?
Oh my God! Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. That's
Oh,
why
really?
I'm
Okay.
recording this right now.
Did you have you ever seen Ambition Strikes?
I don't know. I may have.
You've got
So
to.
I just thumb through all this
It's,
stuff and keep
it's,
on going.
it's about an engineer in Southern Cal, and he had a great house, and they
Yeah.
decided they were going to sell it, and designed and built their own camper, and then they moved to northern Idaho,
Oh wow!
bought 20 acres that had no water, no power, no septic, no road to get into it,
Yeah.
and he was up on the top of a mountain,
Wow!
and he did everything himself.
Wow.
He bought all the equipment, had to build a whole road from scratch. It's
Amazing.
Once you get into it, there's 200 videos.
Amazing.
So Ambition
I'll check it
Strikes.
out. So
And what's the name of your
I'm it's just Steve Andwood 7854. I didn't have at the time when I built it. I wanted Steve's Garage, but I just didn't think of it and didn't do it. So now I'm stuck with. They only you change your name, so it's Steve Andwood 7854 is the actual channel. If you just look up Steve Andwood, it'll pop up.
I really appreciate you letting us come over.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
This is great.
Well, Helen doesn't take no for an answer, so.
Helen's a hot shit. We're talking about this.
She's asking about the motorcycle.
The motorcycle, did you restore that also?
I did. I bought that in front of a guy's house and literally in baskets.
Really?
And then I had rebuild the motor,
Anybody
rebuild
ride-
everything.
Have a motorcycle?
So we can go in and show you guys the shop if you want.
Yeah, they asked if they could go in. I said, sure.
Yeah. So this car, this is the one I'm building now, and I'm going to put this off to the side. And this car is a 1935 Ford Model 48. And this is how I got it out of Texas, right here.
Yeah, you made it shorter.
So I took 21 inches out of here and moved the roof line forward and cut the hump back all off. And then I hand built all this. And right now I'm working on the flush fenders. So these will be flush skirts. So this will all be cut here, pushed in and butt welded, you know. But I hand built the whole rear end, you know, everything to get the top where you see it. This is also, there's an inch cut out of the top here. So the doors were sectioned. They were cut shorter here also, cut here, here, and here. So everything's, you know, there's a slice right here of the old roof. And then this panel was put in. And I'll show you my first pattern. This was the pattern. Of course, it started with flat 18 gauge steel. So this is the pattern. So this is the hand. So this is the pattern here. And then I beat this into what you see with the planishing hammer. And I've got an English wheel.
Where's your hammer for that? You have a hammer, huh?
I have a planishing hammer right here.
Oh, this one right here? Oh, this is it here? Yeah.
And then a English wheel there. And then, of course, I've got the leather bag and the hand mallets.
That's how you do all this, all the curve. And
That's
all
how you
that.
get the heavy work done with this. It moves it fast, you know.
It's not working.
I do. Straight through the back of the garage, go in and take a left. And it's right in the,
Garage.
yeah.
Oh, I'll find it. Take a left. Huh?
Chris, I'll have Chris show you. Can you show him the bathroom, please? Bathroom. So this is what we're working on now, Helen.
Yeah.
And this was a 1935 Model 48. And I took 21 inches out of the roof line and moved it forward, then built all the steel for the rear end to make it into a coupe.
Whoa.
And now I'm doing flush mount skirts. I'm going to add on to the rear end, kind of like they call a tail dragger, and it's going to be dropped down to the ground.
Oh my gosh.
It's not worth more original.
No, nobody wants that car ever.
I would, but I'm here. So.
If you want to see one, go to a Ford museum. A lot of purists, I told us, there's going to be, I hope there's not a lot of purists here. It's going to be like, this guy's evil, he's cutting all these cars apart. But this Model 48, you put it on eBay, nobody would buy it. You know, it's just the way it is
I
now.
was just saying, it was a pretty rough body to begin with. Too.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, look at it. There's a dent every square inch.
Really
You know.
looks so much like my basement. There's that drill thing over there and everything.
There you
No,
go.
that's cool. That's really
Thank
cool.
you.
You said you had a YouTube thing?
Huh? I have a YouTube channel. Yeah.
Just your name or?
Steve Anwood 7854. I'll write it down and I'll give it to you on paper.
Cool.
But yeah, so this is what I do: is retirement, hang out, and
The beauty.
do this kind of stuff.
I swear
I
this
got a
is
couple questions about that car. You have an inspection sticker
Yeah,
with no windshield wipers?
there weren't any windshield wipers in 1929. It was an option, which was about $4.50, and they were run by hand.
Yeah.
You could, I think by the 1930, you could buy the vacuum
Vacuum
driver.
or electric?
If you look on the opposite side of the motor, you'll see a copper tube going in there. I stole the vacuum from the engine to run my power brakes.
Oh,
So that's what that tube is. And other people would have used that to run the vacuum for a motor for a windshield
my
wipers.
Model A has a vacuum wiper.
Yeah.
I've got a vacuum.
Another question.
Windshield wiper in it. That doesn't work. Can't get it to, well, it goes,
There was a guy, I think in New York, he rebuilds those. They're very, very reasonable to get rebuilt, cheap.
The VIN number on your car.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get that?
Well, the car had paper when I bought it.
Oh,
So it was a Model A that had a,
okay. So that's the number that was on the title.
absolutely, yeah. Yeah. So you like I said, these cars are all compromised that I buy, but they all have certificates, and then you just, change it over to your name when you get it.
Because I built a Speedster out of a Model A chassis that I bought.
Yeah.
But the guy kept the title because he was building a hot rod with the body,
Oh,
not the chassis.
well, he screwed you.
So I don't know what to do with it.
You can do it, but you've got to go through the state police, and it all has to be, safe, and it's a lot to it.
Anyway,
so the cover over the fender, was that your idea or? that
Yeah,
didn't come that way?
No, the skirts I'm building right now, and again, all handmade, and so they're gonna be flush, cut in, flush mounted, and welded.
this is great work.
Thank you. Well, I want it, you have to go a little bit the extra mile, but I want it correct. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot to it. But it's a learning curve, and like I said, I had to learn to weld and all that. So the first little rat rod was my first project, and I learned everything on that. So that's where all the mistakes were made.
You like Eastwood stuff, do you?
Pardon me?
You like Eastwood?
I do. I mean, it's kind of like the easiest source to get things from, but
I'll tell you what,
this works great. The only problem with this is you have to, to shrink it or stretcher, you've got to change it. So I've gotten pretty quick at it. But if in retrospect, looking back, I should have got the double-sided one,
When I was doing my restoration, I bought a ton of stuff from them. And they sent me a letter that they were just coming out with a MIG welder.
Yeah.
And they would sell me one at cost if I do an evaluation. So they sent it up to me, and I said, I'll do the evaluation, but understand it doesn't work.
Right.
He's like, what? The next thing I know, the president of Eastwood calls me, and he gets like 4 other people on a conference call. And I said, yeah. I said, the wire doesn't go through it. I said, it gets all stuck up. He overnight mailed me another welder. Overnight.
Really?
85 pounds. And I still got it. It works great. But I bought a ton of stuff.
Well, I have their MIG and TIG welders here, and I've got no complaints.
I've got the first MIG.
Yeah.
But the company is so nice, to deal with if something doesn't work.
Well, I like the MIG welder. You can dial in fast. I mean, if you're you go into, you have a problem with you're welding thick to thin steel, you can dial it down if you need to, and up. It's just fast. I mean, it's just really, really quick.
They've got that TIG adapter now, and I just don't know if that's worth it. So many people have told me, no, don't do it.
No, I don't know.
No, I love TIG.
Yeah, but this is an adapter that fits on your MIG welder.
Oh.
Yeah. So here we are.
That was really cool.
So that car, by the way, that 30 Model A was in your club. And there's a license plate on the back that says Springfield Model A Lamoureux.
Since 87, I had the sticker.
Huh?
It's been sitting since 87.
Yeah. I bought that. I did a project for a guy, and I said, hey, you want to sell that car? He says, oh, no, that was my father's car, and yada, yada, yada. So then I ran into him in the store years later, and I said, hey, you want to sell that car? He says, I'll sell you the car.
Finally did, huh?
Yeah, there's all this emotional attachment with all these cars, but you can't blame them, so.
Yeah.
Do you know that guy in Palmer that teaches the English wheel? He's got courses that are like 3-day, 5-day, 30 days, 6 months.
I remember the name.
In Palmer?
Yeah.
I never heard about that.
Palmer Aware. And he has his own production company that makes English wheels, but he's got people that come from like Australia that spend like 6 months.
Really? I never heard that. Well, one thing about the English wheel, once you learn that with the pressure to the center of where you're pressing is thinning that steel and pushing it in that opposite direction. So once you learn that and then learn where you want to go with your steel, there's a lot, there's so much more to it than what I'm saying. But I mean, you can figure it out. It moves metal pretty quick. I'm not like the planishing hammer.
Is that the Eastwood one?
No, that's a cheap model that I got from Harbor Freight. But it does a great job. I bought a couple of different wheels for it, and it works for me.
When Harbor Freight first came out, their stuff was kind of unique. Remember, they had big trailer trucks, and they'd go to hotels, and that's where you went to buy the tools. And but I think a lot of their stuff, I'm not going to do 250,000 pieces with it, so it works fine.
Right. Well, I'm a hobbyist. I mean, I don't do this for a living. People ask me, hey, would you do work for me? I'm like, no, I don't want to know about it. I'm just for me. And I'm not in here every day, all day. It's just, a couple days a week, or I'll do 2-3 hours in the morning, then I go out and do other things. So I just went through about a month of not making any videos. So I kind of burnt out on it because I wanted to, I made all these changes in the rear end to my design, and I just wanted to be right what I was doing, and plus all the gardens and stuff I had to work and all the yard work. But it's nice to be able to walk away from it. If you have a customer, you're stuck, And I just had clients for 38 years in my company, so I'm done.
Do you use any Bondo?
Oh, everybody uses Bondo. Bondos in brand new cars.
I've got the
this will be covered in Bondo from head to toe. Oh, I mean, it will. I mean,
Just like all these little decorative
you'll never get all those out. I mean, you could, and even if you got them as close as you could, you have to get down with a file and all that stuff, and we're not going there.
Cut down on the metal.
I got that with bundle, right?
A little bit of, it'll be a little skim coat over it, and then we sand down till you see the steel,
Yeah.
and then a couple coats of high build primer and sand that down. And that's all these hot rods. It's not a hot rod at a car show that doesn't have Bondo in it. And if they tell you it doesn't, they're lying. Unless it's $1 million build. I mean, these cars, these guys put in $250,000 like nothing until it's show cars, and you're putting that kind of money in, there shouldn't be any Bondo on it, or barely any. But I mean, there's still, it shows up everywhere,
Yeah, most of my welds are still maybe there. A lot of them are right there.
Yeah, well, this hasn't been ground yet because it's right next to the thing. But this was all a weld seam right down here. It's all a weld seam in here. It's all a weld seam in here because I built I made.
There's no deck lid?
No, I made the deck lid, and then I put little 90s in here and welded them in to make it so it looks like a factory corner. You know what I mean?
Come on, Sharp.
Thank you.
Very cool. We got some 1/8 inch for the structures here.
That's going to wind up coming out. That was just when I was welding. I didn't want it to warp.
Yeah.
And then I peened all this over, and I didn't want that to warp when I.
That does give it a really nice factory.
But it's it's heavy. And then you got your little Model A latch, right? And then this is for the spare, which I go back and forth. I don't know if I'm doing the spare or not. I keep saying yes, then I say no, then I say yes.
What they have originally a spare there, right?
Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah.
So I keep going round and round with the spare tire. So I did bend that. Yes. Yeah. Right here. See that thing? And that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Helen.
Can you put the rack on that roadster down? Because if I can see the inside of it, Warren always stamped his W.C. Christensen in the racks in the.
That's his rack because they told me it was his rack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was because they were part of the club forever.
Yeah.
And so that was one of Warren's racks.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I wasn't sure. It looked like it, but it's hard to
Because
tell.
Warren told me that he had built 300 of them, but he probably did more than that.
One went to Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith bought one. Oh my God!
And do you know that I never saved his order?
Oh
How
man!
dumb would that be?
So Andy Griffith bought a luggage rack off you guys for his Model A.
Yeah.
No kidding. Wow.
Wasn't that dumb though not to keep
Well,
that order? But
who knows?
think of those things.
So it looks like everybody's having a good time walking around, doing their thing.
I met you years ago.
You did.
Yeah.
Where? Here? What were you doing here?
I came in on my Hurricane 1000 racing bike instead of following Model A's because you can't breathe after a whole while.
There you go.
Yeah, now we got two of them at home.
Nice.
One I drive around.
Yeah.
Sports coupe.
Yeah. Nice. Good to see you again.
I picked up that was a Warren Christensen luggage rack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're very sought after. So Hershey, they got big money for those.
Really?
Because the new ones made in China are just
yeah. Everything's been changed. So the one thing that I regret about Warren is I never got to meet him until he was 95.
Oh yeah.
And although he was a cousin of the family, they just didn't get together. You know what I mean? And I was building a house around the corner for them. And they saw the name.
Yeah.
And they called me, and I did their kitchen, and then we struck up the relationship that we have now. And it's just too bad that I wish I knew him a lot longer, you know. But that's the way life goes.
That's right.
You like it?
Yeah.
Put it on a trailer and take it home. Finish it.
Too many cars. Way too many cars.
I know.
49 Ford that we sectioned it 2.5 inches below the belt line.
Yeah.
And did not realize how many angles that changes.
Oh yeah.
And I put the car didn't have like decent quarter panels on when I first got it.
Yeah.
And now I've gone through 4 sets of quarter panels on it, and it's just just like this.
Right.
Fabricating by hand, shape.
Right.
And I got them both to match, and then I haven't worked on the car in probably 5-6 years.
Right.
And it's just one car after
Well,
another.
I tell this on my YouTube channel. I say to the guys, I go, I promised myself in the beginning that I would finish each car, and I wouldn't start a second car because I go to a ton of guys' places, and I go, "What are you doing with that one?" Well, I need this for that. What are you doing with that one? They got 4 or 5 cars undone, and that would make me bananas.
That is exactly what I was doing, and then I finally got to the point where I'm not working on all these other cars. That's why I haven't worked on that car in like 6 years, 7 years, something like that. But I got my wife's truck on the road. I got my new truck on the road. I'm working on a bunch of other people's cars.
Nice.
On the side, on top of the full-time job, all that stuff.
Nice.
But it's as far as our stuff, I'm only doing one at a time now, so they actually get done.
Right.
Falcon on the road. I got to do the transmission tunnel on the transmission crossover. I got to work on that.
Well, that's literally the only way to get done is doing one at a time.
It is. That's why my stuff's getting back on the road.
I'm going to write down that email address for you. Are you across the street?
Yes, I'm Emily.
Emily, nice to meet you finally. How are you?
I saw the cars and I had to come do the nosy.
There you go.
I was like, I'm not going to walk over. I said, well, I will.
Alan.
I just started doing YouTube videos not that long ago, and it's getting a little bit more, trying to get more consistent with them, but
yeah, it's an art for sure.
Yeah, you're getting back to it.
And then I'll do one, and my thumb will hit the button and shut the camera off halfway through, and I'm like, oh, and I can't figure out how to put it back, how to get it going again. It's like, what the hell? So.
CapCut, I don't know how long ago, but I've been using that a little bit. But even at that, I've just been doing the shorts and.
Yeah. I do a lot of shorts at the car shows.
Yeah.
I go through, and then like I did one the other day, and it said, and I put instead of hitting 59. I hit the 6 instead of the 5, so I put 69 Buick Electra. Well, everybody goes out of their mind. That's a 59. I'm like, all right. I was like, I just screwed up. I didn't know. I'm running around doing things. Didn't have my glasses on. It's horrible to be human.
You gotta keep the 21 stud in here.
Yes, I love my flatheads. You know what I mean? And so the flathead engine to me is like, came out in 32, obviously.
Yep.
But this is a 21 stud, smaller.
This be the 221 inch, but being a 35, this one's still got Babbitt mains.
Yeah, so this only does like 80 horsepower, But you know what? They're all the gearing and the flywheel in it, so it keeps the motor, it keeps the car going, and they go great.
The big thing with these is how smooth they run once they're dialed in.
Oh, it's like 4 lawnmower engines in a row.
Exactly.
The simplest thing in the simplest thing, and simple to rebuild.
Yep.
Simple to rebuild. That one in the hot rod is a 1939. It's a 59 AB.
Yep.
To me, the 59 AB, in my opinion, is like the best motor, the best flathead.
Yep.
But I love them.
And then the ABA, they cut the bell housing off, so it's a little bit easier to work on the back of the engine. But then that's still.
Well, this has that diver bell.
Yeah.
Distributor, which I don't know how the hell those guys. And if you look down there, there's a little shroud of metal under there. Yep. So how the hell they ever work these things without taking the radiator? They must have taken the radiator off.
They may have. I don't. There's got to be a way to do that because I know Craig had a 35 Ford chassis and a 36 Brewster.
Yeah.
And I got to work on that a few times. I was able to diagnose some problems with that car, but to time it, you got to take the whole thing off, time it on a bench, and then put it back in. And it's like, wow, this is a little bit different from throwing a light on.
But yeah, easy to work on. Love them. Parts and parts are ready available. You can get these any parts you want for these things. There's a local guy
very cool.
that will boil the motors out, and Magnaflux them for you, you know. So
That's the big thing. It's getting all the cracks screwed up.
I have one in there that's all disassembled, but I've got to do the threading of the screws. So there's a couple small cracks in the block. And there was a guy that used to do it out in like Worcester way, and he's old guy, doesn't do it anymore. So these guys are dying off, you know what I mean? So I looked on a few videos online, like I can do that. You know, it's just
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm literally in that same boat, and it's like because I've got piles of engines that need to be rebuilt and cracks all over the place, and it's like I think I can do that.
You
It's
can
just,
do it.
Yeah. I just actually wound up got a Bridgeport now too, so
Oh, nice.
hopefully I can.
Oh, did you get Warrensville, Bridgeport? That was you. Uh-huh. Now I know where it is.
Yeah, right.
I may come calling one of these days.
That's right.
So what are you gonna do? Weld this year?
Probably just replace the whole unit, you know.
Can you buy this already made like that?
You can buy anything you want for these cars.
Really?
Oh yeah, everything's available.
Use the 18 gauge middle, right? For all metal on the car.
This is all 18 gauge that I use now.
Most states all even the
This
new
is
one, right?
this is all 18 gauge. All these older, the newer cars are more like 20 to 22 gauge,
Tight kidder.
thinner. Yeah. But these all fours are all 18 gauge and some 16 in the floor pan and stuff.
So what are you gonna do about this? Clean that. Can you clean that?
Well, I'm going to do the best I can to straighten it out, and you know, is what it is. These cars are what they are cars. You know what I mean? When they're done, they're as good as you can get them, and that's it. And they still get a lot of attention. Everyone loves these styles, you know.
So what do you do to clean this?
I have no idea at this point.
All different ways you can do it. Dip it.
Do you have it re-chromed?
You could, but I'm not going to. That's probably a $4,000 chrome job. Chromers are out of the, you know, it's crazy now. The numbers are nuts now. So. Yeah, no, this won't be a chromed car, but I'll do all the paint. I'll do something cool with it, you know.
What cubic inch is that about? 235?
That's 231. Is it 21? It's 231? 221,
I
yes.
want to say it's 221.
221, yes, you're right. And they're like 80 horse, 80, 85.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like 3 and 3/4 inch
So what
piston.
year is this?
This is 35,
35.
1935.
When did they first came out with the V8?
32.
32?
Ford had the in 32.
32.
Yeah. That's
Well,
why.
that was a 221, right?
Yeah.
That's why
That's a very different motor from this motor.
right. That's why the 32s are the most sought after car because it's the first year of the V8.
Yep. And it's a really good looking car. The 3 windows with the suicide door. That's a
Absolutely.
beautiful car.
The 31s are the least sought after car because they don't have a V8. it's the end of the V8.
A lot of them got V8s now, though.
Yeah. A lot of small block Chevys in these
When did they
cars.
stop making the flathead V8?
That's a good question.
When did they what?
Stop making the flathead
53.
V8? 53. I was going to say 52, but
They went
53.
to the 239-inch wide block.
Yeah.
Which is also a really unique engine as well, the way the oiling system works. And instead of having all your ports in line, the ports are stacked on top of each other in 2 spots. It's a weird engine.
Yeah.
So what do you do with something like that? You rebuild it yourself?
Yeah, I'll tear it all down, rebuild. They're very simplistic to rebuild. There's nothing to them. They're like a lawnmower engine.
All winter long in here?
Yeah, I got heat in here. There's radiant heat in the floor.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, when I built this shop, I said I've been in a lot of guys' shops, and I was doing custom cabinetry in here. So I go into guys' shops, they have the big blowers in the corner, and I said the sawdust must constantly be through the air, you know. So I put radiant, but I did all the labor myself. I didn't hire a plumber to do it. I did it all. The plumber hooked it up, but the money's in the labor and all this stuff. So I built this garage myself. You know what I mean?
You have a lathe?
A lathe, I do not have a lathe. No.
You don't need one.
Anything that needs to be lathed needs to be replaced in my eyes. So I just buy a new part, you know.
Somebody buy it, do it for you.
Yeah, buy a new part. Or now that I know where Warren's Bridgeport is, I know where I can get stuff turned down anyway.
We gotta get some 3-phase over there.
Well, you got a lot of equipment there. The other compressor you use all the time there? That one there?
Yeah, that one there. But this little machine here that bends,
Breaker, yeah.
it has rollers in the top and cuts. So there's a little everything.
There's a lot of money in equipment here.
Yeah, well, it's a
You
hobby.
need it, right?
It's a hobby.
Yeah.
It keeps me out of the bar, so I don't not spending $6 per beer. You go a couple thousand beers. There's all your equipment. So that's
And
it.
then you wonder if the other way might be cheaper.
I know.
What's upstairs? Just storage?
Art studio is upstairs. I oil paint.
You had a stick welder, YFE.
You get a TIG and a MIG.
Yeah.
No stick.
What do you think,
No
Steve?
stick?
If we stayed our time now?
You can do whatever you want.
Well, I don't know whether people want to hang around and talk or whether they want to.
If they're, whatever you guys want to do. I'm just enjoying the crowd. Go through with my video. You're all getting videotaped, by the way, in case the state police stops you.
To mention, not only did he build these beautiful cars and stuff, but Steve also is an artist. Do you have any pictures in here that?
Well, I have my studio up top. That's an art studio up there.
I noticed the garage door.
Yeah, that's you.
That's
Yeah,
really cool.
I did the garage door.
Yeah, that's the.
Is it showable?
The stairs might be an issue for some people, but it's
I get up there.
showable if you want to see it.
Okay, his art studio has stairs. If anybody wants to see the art studio,
That one's supposed to be art studio.
Phyllis, want to see the art studio? Okay. All right. Then what I want is for all of the Model A drivers to come over here.
Okay, driver.
You got a driver.
Yes, but Daddy's the one
Mine's
who
in
drove.
garage,
Mommy
but
could
she
drive,
don't
but
want
Mommy
to
didn't drive.
turn around and have to hang out the
I need
window
my
to
air
try to
conditioning.
cool herself off.
I believe you.
How many want to stay here longer, or how many want to go and get something to eat? How many go and eat? Get something to eat.
Raise your hand.
Sure. Yeah. I'm hungry. Get something to eat. Is that what we're gonna do? Okay.
Well, we're gonna take a group picture
before
first.
we go, let's give Steve a big round of applause.
Thank you very much, everybody.
And not only that, but he actually was at the Cape with his wife. They were there over the weekend. It rained the whole time, right? Today, when it's beautiful at the Cape, he came here to do this for us.
It's gorgeous.
So that's why he needs a hand.
Thank you.
Really appreciate
Well, it's nice to meet all you guys, and I'm glad everyone's into the Model A's and cars, and you're here to visit and see my work. I'm truly humbled, and thank you for coming.
Can you tell
Hope
us
you enjoyed.
the name of your YouTube channel? Because now we're going to look it up.
Yes, I actually gave it to him,
Good. Okay, good.
and he can share with everybody. But it's Steve Andwood 7854. And I didn't know when I made the channel that you couldn't change the name down the road, and now I just call it Steve's Garage. And I would have on that door. So I would have done Steve's Garage, but there probably was another one on YouTube knowing that. So learning, that was another learning curve, YouTube and making videos and getting them on there, and oh my God, it's a nightmare.
Well,
So
I got them here,
yes.
but do you know that I spent, I don't know how much time driving all around here trying to figure out how I get to your house?
It's a kind of a crazy neighborhood.
And you go down Baldwin Street and you go around and you see Baldwin Street again.
Right. The easiest way to get back to where you came from is go back out Ridgeway. At the end of this is Ridgeway. At the end of Ridgeway, you're going to bear right, and that will take you straight to Stony Hill Road.
Okay.
And at the Stony Hill Road will cross. And then if you're going to go into Mountain View, then they take a left to go down to Allen Street and take a left that way.
Yeah.
So you're just going out, bearing right, and it'll take you right to Stony Hill.
What time is it? Does anybody know?
2:45.
Quarter after 2. All right. Do we want to go get something to eat? Are you hungry, or would you rather wait? Because Biff suggested his aunt, who's at the nursing. His mom is at the nursing home that's very close to Mountain View. How about we have at least the cars, the Model A's, the older cars, drive down so that the people there at the nursing home could have the joy of seeing the old cars. We can do that now and then go over to Mountain View. Or if people want to not do that, just go to the Mountain View and then we can come and meet you there. Whatever people would like to do. I don't like being the leader.
Someone has to do it. Crack that whip.
Mountain View, is that where we get the food?
Yes. So you could go directly to Mountain View.
Sounds like everyone's hungry.
However, they might love
Nice meeting.
Nice meeting you.
Again.
Again, good to see you. Thanks for coming over.
Nice
Meeting you. I'm glad you were here. Thank you.
It's been a long time.
I like that t-shirt, so the Model A.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's been a long time since I was down here.
There you go.
You took me for the tour.
The barn tour.
Yeah.
We do a lot of that here. Thank you so much. I bought this house when I was 25.
Oh, wow.
And then I added on, it's all additions and built the barn.
Did you do all the carpet?
Oh, of course, yeah. It's the only way I could afford it. Do all the labor, right?
Which is nice, though.
Yeah.
You got what you need. And
Even
you
my-
got a beautiful garage.
Thank you. Even my wife, Christine, was holding on the end of rafters.
We'll
We're
see you
nailing
again
it.
probably another 10 years.
There you go. I'll be here. You know where to find me.
And I have all the drivers of Model A's meet over there near the cars.
My glasses are in the car.
Well, Anthony,
I'm going to take a quick look at the cars.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on it.
okay, we've got this.
Right here. Wow, 3 guys in one time. You're something.
Thank you.
Thank you very
nice.
much. I appreciate that.
Wonderful work.
Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.
Have a great day.
Same to you.
Can't look.
Okay. All right, Catalina, bring them over here.
Are you going to? Yeah. Yeah.
Not looking.
I need my glasses.
You can't even see where the things are. All right. Now, is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4 cars, Model A's through?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
No, I don't want to win.
Yeah.
All right.
My
Who
father
has
used
the
to say, God
lowest
willing, and the creek
28.
will rise. I'll probably see you in another 10 years.
There you go.
three.
Next
All
time I'll
right,
bring
you
my
are
sports
the
book.
winner.
Nice. Nice.
Now, the interesting thing is, how many know that 1903 was the first Model A?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They had a model.
different-
Girls,
model.
do you know
Thank
that?
you very
Yes, I
much.
did.
Thank you.
It didn't quite look
Good
like
seeing you.
this.
Not our Model A, A-N-I Model A.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
So,
want your 1931 back?
no.
That
Well,
was for another drawing.
just so that
For
they.
the next run. There you go. It's a,
I'm glad that somebody, because I made extras. They started with 29.
yeah.
No,
and 29.
27.
Yeah, 27.
27 to 31.
Yeah.
But then I thought, well, gee, if we have more Model A's than that, then I happened to think about the 1903, and I thought, oh, that'll work.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
That's an excellent trivia question. What came first, the Model A or the Model T? The answer is both.
Yeah.
Both came before the Model T.
Because
And
Ford
I didn't
actually
know-
closed
I didn't
completely. They went
notice
out of business, then had to restart, and then they. Yep.
And I didn't know until I looked this up to find out there was a Model C.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
there was
know
a
they
G
had
and
a
an
Model
F
C.
and all kinds of stuff. They had a
All
straight
different
6
ones, yeah.
in 19. I want to say 1905 or 1906.
Oh,
They had
really?
a straight they had inline 6,
Oh, that I didn't
and he
know.
wanted nothing to do with any kind of 6-cylinder engine after that car.
In Hershey, on the day that they have the show cars, you see several Model Ns.
Yeah.
Those before the Model T.
Museum in Hershey that's got the open.
How many of us are
so.
going to Gettysburg? 2, 3, yeah. That's the national meet. 4, 5th is going. Great. And that's next weekend, you go?
You
No,
don't
I'm not going.
Next Sunday.
No. Your wife is.
Yeah. No. I thought you were talking about something else, but I realized afterwards. I thought you were.
She's going, you just don't know it.
No, Gettysburg.
Oh, well.
for the national meet.
I'm out of street
All right,
again.
So with
we'll
you in
go
spirit.
in-
With you in spirit.
Try to all
With you in
get
spirit.
And they can get.
Thank you for putting it together.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Okay.
Gonna be able to lead us over there?
And again, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks, Helen.
Because
Great seeing everybody.
Well, I just really wanted you to see that car. I'll tell you, when I saw it, I thought Warren was really sharp making just the trunk.
What was it? What was the?
I never saw that. I wish you could have.
I wish he could too. I was saying that earlier. I wish I met him earlier.
He's singing it now.
He's seeing it now, honey. He's with you. Yeah, he's seeing it now. He's happy with all these people here. And new people too, like us, you know?
Yeah.
Well, there had to be a reason why we all got together in the first place, right? And here we are.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's
I wish my
amazing.
father. I wish my father could have seen that. He never saw it. He never saw me build any cars either.
He probably didn't. Did he know your artistic ability?
Absolutely, but I owned cars with him, and we go to shows. I had a '54 Buick. I take him to the Ludlow show and stuff.
Yeah.
But I never built any cars that my father has seen. You know,
Yeah.
he's long gone, but he would have appreciated it. He was a car
And he
nut.
does appreciate it.
Oh yeah, he loved it. He loved it.
All right.
Well, have a great day, guys. My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Good seeing everybody.
Phyllis, I'll start the car for you.
I didn't do it. Or even first day it was so good. That's the scary.
I got to get a video of everyone taking off. It is a game of patience. That was 61.
You were 61 when you retired?
Yeah, I'm 65 now.
So you've been retired for 4 years?
Yeah.
You didn't do all this in 4 years.
Yeah, I did.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
So you buy the equipment as you need it? The hammer? the
You kind of
welding?
bought it all right in the beginning, you know.
Oh, did you?
When I decided to build, I said, well, I need tools.
So you've been doing this for years, right?
Probably about 7 years I've been doing it. Yeah, in the 4 years I got hot and heavy on it because I had time. And when my construction company, you just don't have the time, you know.
Yeah, right.
Because it was 24/7, and this cabinet shop kept me busy. I'd be in here on Saturdays, and I do like half a day on Sunday.
Really?
I just had to keep moving.
So you must have made a lot of money in your lifetime.
I did.
Make a cabinet.
I did okay.
Yeah, right.
I just worked a lot, you know.
Yeah. Well, I was a maintenance man for 44. Well, last place I worked, I retired after 45 years.
Yeah. Wow.
I was a maintenance, and that was the head maintenance there.
Oh wow, there you go.
Years, yeah.
Well, I started my business when I was 25, so you know, just.
Well, I always worked in that maintenance department. Even when I turned 22, I was working 5 years in one place, and after that the government shut the place down because they were dumping all the garbage in the river. So the government got after that. I knew it was coming.
Thank you very much. Good seeing you. See you again.
So I left there 2 months later. They closed it. Then I went to Northampton and a corrugated industry.
Wow.
I retired there after 25 years.
Wow, amazing.
I'm going to be 83 then in a couple of months.
Good for you. You're looking good.
Yeah,
You wouldn't know.
And you're 65, right?
65, yeah.
Good. You look good too.
Happens fast. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I got a few bottles of it, I can get it out of it. Well, it was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Thank you very much.
Steve, right?
Steve, yes, I appreciate it. Hit the horn.
Not for all the diving. Well, we appreciate you doing that so much. Yeah. Thank you.
This is wonderful.
Yeah. Stall.
Corvette looks good in the lineup. That's a nice Model A.
I'll beat every one of them.
I bet you will.
Stop.
What happened?
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. She get it going? What's wrong?
It needs starter.
It needs a tune-up is what it needs.
I cannot get this thing up by myself. It's heavy, heavy. It's so heavy.
It's running hot too. Oh boy. Didn't sound good. That car does not sound good. One more time. Hit it again. I think you have the gas. Hit the gas. Let the foot off the gas. All right. Hit the floor it and start it. Floor it and start it.
Oh, Anthony, I'm glad you came back.
Oh, I heard a Chevy starter going.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
This thing does not sound good.
Yeah, well, it needs a fuel tank. All right, crank it.
Not getting any fuel.
Crank it.
Start it.
Go for it.
Hear that thing turn over?
Yeah, I got it. Of course, the car's so big. Fuel.
Are you getting fuel?
Crank it.
Starting like a Chevy. No one wants to hear that.
Crank it. All right, crank it. Again. Flood it out a little bit. So is there how do you get to the starter?
I got the wing nut, by the way.
Okay.
When you pumped it, was gas going in the car?
It looked like it.
What's the matter?
Not,
Start?
I
Oh,
think
no, there is no gas coming out.
it's not getting any fuel.
Yeah, there's no fuel.
Oh. Is there gas in it?
Well, what's the gas gauge?
That's the
reading
first question.
I can't tell because
now? Oh, it's way over full.
yeah, but
Okay.
I know I know there's gas in it.
Okay. It's reading full.
Yeah, but it always.
Well, it's kind of odd though to just park it and then,
Well,
you know.
it's been having an ongoing problem and it needs a fuel tank. I've got the fuel tank. Because if the thing sits for, we've got there's like.
She
3
says it
different fuel
always
pumps.
goes to full, and she says there's always fuel in it. It might be empty. Fuel. Do we know there's fuel in it for sure?
It is on a slope.
I have a
and
1/4-inch stick we can run down if we can get if it'll go all the way down there.
Well, you probably wouldn't hurt to put some in there, but the design of this one's not really too conducive of siphoning.
You want me to get some gas over here and we'll put it in it?
Just
just a
If you've got
for
some,
ha-has, I mean,
splash in maybe.
it might be empty.
I've got the tank for it. I've got the
Here.
new sending unit, straps, whole 9 yards.
Got everything but fuel.
Gas in it maybe a week ago, and I haven't really.
How much did you put in?
20 gallons in.
Oh, you did.
If it's
Did it sound empty knocking on?
yeah, it sounded kind of empty.
Well, at $100 a gallon, this is going to cost you.
All right, for the roadside service.
Is that all the way in the tank, or is
Yeah,
it
that's all the way
like
in.
barely
That's
going?
inside
Make sure I'm not spilling.
Yeah, no, you're good.
You know, Helen, they're at an angle too, so that affects if you're low on
This would
gas.
make sense if it's really low and it's locked over in the corner of the tank the way it's sitting.
I'm really amazed though, because I put 20 gallons
Hey,
in
hold-
like a
hold.
week or so ago,
What?
and I
Okay,
think
keep
the
going.
tank is 26.
Yeah, it's definitely not full, but okay.
We
I
good?
was seeing it splashing out. Try a little more. It might be. I don't know.
Better safe than sorry, I always say.
Yeah.
What did you do, Helen?
I guess
You want a cigarette while you're doing that?
Sure.
I don't know how to drive.
Well, an engine only needs 3 things, and this is one of them. So, sounds like you got spark because we got it going with the starter fluid, but it wouldn't stay going.
I thought I was seeing a jet of fuel going in there, but it wasn't. It was a throttle. It was the top of the throttle blades.
I really can't believe that it's out of gas though, because a week ago, 20 gallons, it's a 26-gallon tank, and I haven't really driven it that much.
It should be plenty enough.
And there's no gas on the garage floor.
Let's get rid of all the combustibles.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, you know what? This morning, one of the guys said to me that there was something that wasn't connected. This hose, it's supposed to be connected and it wasn't.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is for your hot air.
Oh, okay.
So this takes the hot air from here and brings it up.
Go ahead and hit it. I'll
Okay,
run
that
the.
has nothing to do with it then.
That's not gonna have. This is a separate. Yeah, that's a little different.
Still run.
Again.
You're out of gas, Helen. You're out of gas.
Really low on gas.
What could that be?
Well, we might. Let's pick up the idle airspeed too a little bit. Let's try that again.
I cannot.
There's a stream of fuel coming out.
Yeah, that's what it was then.
Yeah. Car needs a tune-up big time.
I want to get that speed up.
There you go.
There we go.
That'll be $785.95.
That's just for the gas. How about the repair done?
Oh, well, it'll take you a week to build that out.
All right, so
Okay.
So I would take it to a gas station first before you go anywhere.
and fill it.
I got.
Well, I don't know if you want to fill. You want to put something in there, but we're going to be pulling the tank out. But
Pull like
You know, I can't believe though.
$10
I
in.
put 20 gallons in a week
But there
ago.
again, if there's holes in the top of the gas tank, it will evaporate.
Oh, evaporate in a week?
You said you've been starting it every day too, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if there's holes in the top of the gas tank, which is what we were talking about before, which I think is what this age, they're really common to be holes. That's happened in my 1980, and it's really common.
Okay.
So and it would give this exact symptom, and it would evaporate out. But there again, I don't.
All right. So I should go to a gas station
Yeah,
now.
throw
and
something in there. Yeah,
it's like 5 gallons or something.
yeah, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
And just get it home. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, I'm going same place you are, so.
We did it.
All right. But now, I'm just trying to think of how, if it stalls over there.
Why don't you back it and get it so it's not in the hole anymore?
Okay. Aren't you sorry you did this for me? Yeah, I quit.
Yeah, it's the gas.
Yeah, I
We'll throw
guess it is.
$20 in it.
Evaporates that fast.
Huh?
It evaporates.
No, I don't think it evaporated. I think you said you've been starting it every day, and then it was sitting on the hill, so it's probably a few gallons in there, but depending on where it's sucking the gas up from the bottom of the tank, and if the hose that goes into the bottom of the tank is off a couple of inches, I mean there could be some gas in there. But when we were firing over, I said this thing isn't. There's no fuel going, and we were running on starter fluid. I said that's why I said let's get gas and put it in. So it worked out. So you're good.
Okay.
You're good to go. It's awesome. No, we got it going. That's a win. Win-win. All right.
So what are we gonna do? What's the story? You.
Closest one's center of Hamden.
Drive this car, so you need to drive that car.
Connecticut.
No.
So I'm the reefer guy at HP Hood right now. So you want me to drive it and then Donnie can drive this, or I'll call you. You want me driving this? Oh, we'll see. Do you have any power steering fluid? Okay. Helen, you know if you have power steering fluid in there? In the trunk or anything?
I have power steering. Type.
You do? You might?
I do.
It's definitely a little low. It's a little janky. Well, should probably check it first. Follow you, Hannah?
What?
I'm going to follow you. That's your car there, right?
Yeah. No, he's checking his power steering fluid. Oh, okay. Yeah, he should turn it on. Yeah.
Be good? So that was the Model A Club of Springfield, Massachusetts. And we're waiting on Helen, who is one of the founding members, who's going to get into her Ford Phaeton here. I think it was a 29. And she doesn't want me to tell you, but she's 96 years old. So don't tell her I told you. But I got to tell you something. What an inspiration at 96 to be the way she is. And we can all take a lesson from that. So, hey, always, thanks for coming back to Steve's Garage. We're going to watch her start up her car and get going. Helen, thank you so much.
If this goes now,
It's all good.
thank
It's
you
all good.
so much. You're the one that was so good to leave the tape and everything.
It's all good.
We appreciate that.
I'll see you soon. Hey, thank you very much. I'll see you. Be a little passenger in the back there.
Oh, I hope it's fun. I'm sorry that I was so stressed. That's what I hate about this. But I should have had the gas turned off all the time. You have plenty of room. Just keep on going. Keep going. Keep going. You're good. So what'd you think of that?
Takes a village.
Oh my God. Well, let's do a goodbye. From our place to yours, thank you very much. And welcome back. We'll see you again at Steve's Garage next time. That was a great day.
It was a lovely day.
Have a good one. My wife, Christine.